Welcome back to episode 3. I'm so excited to see everybody here, all my newcomers and all the people that's been in here. Make sure y'all turn those notifications on so you'll get it every time I do a new episode. And subscribe and share, comment, like, all of that good stuff. I have me a special guest once again. You already know.
Hey y'all, it's your girl Eliris. I am honored to be on the 3rd podcast. It's finna get real, y'all. Juicy, too.
Juicy.
Hey.
So tonight's topic is going to be why men don't court women anymore. Right. So it's almost non-existent where in like, let's say we're gonna go back like the early 1900s, let's say like 1940s, 1950s, 1960s, probably even to 1970s. Men were actually courting women. And if you don't know what courting is like actually taking her out on dates. You know, back in the day, men would actually go to the parents' house and actually ask the father, is it okay, can I take you out? Or it was just done properly. Like, men would actually introduce themselves and and just really get to know the woman. It's like now in today's society, nobody wants to date anymore. It's kind of like more of like a hookup generation. And there's a bunch of factors I'm going to go into, and she's going to touch on the reason why I think why men don't court anymore. And I feel like it's on both parts. It's on the men and the women, but I'm gonna start with the women first. So one of the main reasons why I don't think men court anymore, because the women in this society are not requiring it.
That's deep.
This generation is all about the hookup. Oh well, I do what I want to, and if I want to sleep with him, I'm gonna do that. And and a lot of another thing is everything's online. The men are seeing that I'm not. It's okay to dance and wear your bathing suits and stuff like that, but it's like there's nothing left to the imagination anymore, and a lot of the men are not feeling like. Let me say this. I'm gonna come back to that. You can be sexy with your clothes on. You can wear what you want to wear, but it's just certain things give men certain impressions, and that man mind, and just because say you have on a little skimpy dress, that doesn't mean like you a whore or you sleep around. But in a man's mind, she's easy, she's that. Back in the day, the women were a little bit more covered up, and it gave the man a little bit of more of the imagination, and they were like anticipated on getting to know her so they could see more, and it wasn't just all about today. Everything's on social media. Everything is on social media, so the men are don't really. Where back in the day, you really could get to know somebody. Now everything, where they going every day, what they doing, everything. So it's like nothing really left to the imagination no more. No one's requiring anything. Like the women are so independent now, and nowadays it's all about the bag, and that's okay. Get your bag, but a lot of times the women are. This is another thing too. The men think that the women are using them, because a lot of the women are, if you can't buy me this and if you can't take me there, I ain't going, and this and that. And see, that's another subject too, that a lot of the men, which if I was a man and I was taking a woman out, I don't feel like you should go to the most expensive restaurant on a first date. Right. You could go to a moderate restaurant and have a good time and just get to know each other. But you got a lot of these women that are money hungry. And you have to do this and you have to do that. To me, a man could take me on a picnic for a first date. To me, that's romantic and that's thankful.
Right.
Then once I go back in it, like the women, they're either not requiring that, they're allowing men to Netflix and chill.
Right.
Doing all that, coming to your house and stuff like that. Or
with no boundaries.
Right. Or the women money hungry.
Yeah.
And that's why I say I want to go more into the women route. But I'm gonna let my girl say a couple things why she think men don't court anymore.
Yeah. Now I'm gonna be honest, and this is actually good that we're talking about this, because I came across something regarding like the dress code with women and everything. We both have parents that were brought up in, you know, the 60s through the 80s, you know what I'm saying? Where, you know, that
it was a different time. Yeah.
I do feel that, I'm gonna say this, when it comes down to the wardrobe for the ladies, because we live in Florida, we know it's hot. Yeah, it can be 40-something degrees, 30-something degrees, that sun shining. However, summertime, we gonna show some skin.
Right.
On a daily basis, I'm crop top short. I love me a crop top, halter top, all of that. But here's where the issue lies, ladies. I'm gonna wear what I want to wear because I want to wear it without needing or intending to seek validation from a man. Case in point, or scenario, I was at the gas station, had on a crop top, and I had on some booty shorts. And there was a guy that asked for my number. Now me, I can sense somebody's intentions without even asking, what are your intentions? I saw it. And I told him no. What he thought was I was going to give in because of what he saw. That ain't me. I'm aware what I want while knowing that my purpose is because I like how I look in it, versus I'm aware what I got on, two-piece or whatever, because I'm trying to seek that attention. Ladies, we have to, and sometimes women are not even comfortable in wearing certain clothing that show skin, but they do it anyway because they know that's the only way to get.
And that's the thing about it. What I was saying with the clothing, it's okay to show a little skin or whatever, but
have your own purpose.
Right, and don't feel like you have to do that. And I feel like if you're on social media, every one of your pictures you shouldn't be half naked.
Right.
You know, I'm not. You do what you want to do, but you know, I go on some women pages and every last one of their pictures they half naked, and I'm like, what is going on with the society? And like she said, it's okay to wear. I'm a big girl and I wear crop tops and two pieces and all that, but not every picture. Just leave a little bit of something to the imagination. You know, sometimes you know.
Now there are some guys. Cause another case in point, I literally had to block this young man because he been trying to get at me for the longest, and you know, after I explained to him, you know, what it is and what it ain't gonna be, you know, he tried to, I guess, in a way, recant what he was. You know what I'm saying? He tried to make it seem like, oh, I want to settle down to So I'm like, all right. But the way you are coming at me lets me know that's not really what you want. You just feel some type of way because you want to try to be on. You want to try to.
And they'll pretend.
You want to try to
pretend like they want to court you.
Right. You want to try to fit in my world of what I'm desiring or what I require, and you can't. It's okay that you can't. Now here's the thing. If it's mutual between two people that all y'all want to do is just have those relations, there's nothing wrong with that because both of y'all want the same thing. But if you want this and I want this, I'm not finna wait for you to catch up, and you shouldn't have to wait for me to catch up either. I had to block you. You understand what I'm saying? There are times where guys will make it seem like they want what you want just to kind of get with you, and then boom, you done caught some hard ass feelings, and he's stuck trying to convince you that hey, you knew what it was. But it's like sometimes ladies will hurt and break our own heart knowing we knew what it was, but you got to catch it before.
We got to require more.
We got
to got to start off, because a lot of times the women will start settling, but a man is naturally a hunter. Mm-hmm. The man should want to court you, and when I say court, I mean get to know you, want to date you. There's nothing wrong with when a man see yours or you see a man that you like, the first attraction may be a little bit of lust, a little bit, because you're going off what you see,
right? You
know, and that's fine. The end goal is if y'all end up being together, whatever, the sex is going to come, but let's get to know each other. The women are the prize again, you know, and so like I say, the women are not requiring it, so the men are coming in like, hey, well, you know, right? It's the women with if I can Netflix and chill with a girl, then why spend some little money on a date? Or like I say, you got the money hungry women where the men are even afraid to spend their money because they think they being used, you know. And that's why I say with the dates, don't do nothing really expensive.
Right.
You know, because don't the first time, because you really trying to get to know that person. And from a man's point of view, I wouldn't want to spend hundreds and hundreds on the first date. What if you go on that first date and you realize, hey, we're not compatible?
You waste your money.
Right. So I get it. You don't have to spend hundreds of dollars on me. We can go to Olive Garden. You know, it don't have to be something spectacular. You know, to me, it's the thought that counts. The fact that he even wanted to take you out says something right then and there. And you know, if a man is not, in the first couple of weeks, if he's not saying anything about dating, I don't really feel like it's going to go anywhere. Mm-hmm. It's not going anywhere.
It's like a job interview. Your first impression is either going to stick or go away.
Right.
Or be impressionable. That's the word. I think it's the word. Or it's not going to be, you know, something that, I remember that. It's going to go away. And that's not to say, you know, ladies, don't desire a man who's not financially stable. Because let's be real, ain't nothing going on but the rent. You gotta have a job to be with me.
Right,
we get that. You know, stability.
Because that's what responsible adults should have.
Right. Desiring stability is totally different from just having a desire to be a gold digger. We're not talking about that.
Correct.
We get that because you, again, companionship, friendship, you know, ride or die. That should be included with. We have to be lovers, friends as well as lovers.
Correct.
That's where all that come in.
And that's why I feel like the courting is important.
Very important.
Because that's where you get to know each other, and that's where right off the bat the man is leading. Mm-hmm. You know, because he's showing you, hey, I don't mind, you know, doing for you. I don't mind. We say investing. Mm-hmm. You know, courting and dating. That's a man is investing in that woman because he's interested and he sees something in you.
Right.
Right. So that's why it's so important that men should court women. And I know you said, well, what about, you know, women? A man is a leader. A woman should be courting a man. Mm-hmm. And like I said, I'm not saying that he got to spend a whole lot of money. Your first date, y'all could go to a restaurant. Second date, you could go to a park. So I'm not saying that, because see, that's what, like I say, why the men are afraid. You got the money hungry. But see, when that man, y'all go on that first date, you gonna know right then whether you want to do a second date. Mm-hmm. You know the man, and like I say, but the men are not even wanting to get to the first date nowadays because the women are not requiring it, or you got the gold diggers, or you got like I say, the generation now is just the hookup stage, and a man is saying, well, why I got to go buy her dinner when I could just go Netflix and chill and get it for free? Or I could just go online and look. I can go online and just see everything I want to see for free. Mm-hmm. Right. So, but courting is to me, it's important. Mm-hmm. Some of the traditional ways are needed. Not all of them, because change is good. But the fact that men don't court anymore, and I'm not saying all men, but a majority now, I don't hear anything about courting or dating. You know, you don't hear a lot of that now. It's all about the hookup and I gotta get the bag and you know, and all of that. We need to go back to that. I feel like it would just be, it would be better. People would stay together longer. Mm-hmm. You know, because you got to know that person. You know, y'all bonding and you get to see the man be a leader. You get to see the man be a provider. You can feel like an investment is made. You know, but hey, those are just my thoughts. Those are just my thoughts, and I just really like. For me, I'm not doing the Netflix and chilling. I have, but like that's what I said. The women not requiring it. Mm-hmm. So, but I'm at a state in my life right now where I want a stability. You know, I want a man to lead. I want all of that, and I'm going to reciprocate. You know, those things. It's not like we both bring it to the table. You know. We both gonna bring it to the table, but the man should still lead. Right. You know. Right. I do. The man should still want to desire the woman.
Right. I do got a question for you.
Okay.
So TT is older than me. She's an 80s baby, still considered as a millennial, so am I. So there's a lot of things that she has experienced beforehand that she has, informed me about, and I've learned from or whatever, to kind of help me understand and lead and guide the way or whatever to, hey sis, you know what I'm saying? So my question for you is, when it comes to courting, what would be your icebreaker to what would be your icebreaker to continue, and what would be your deal breaker to discontinue? Start with the icebreaker, and then what would make you proceed with this person, and what would be your deal breaker to be like, nah, I gotta hear that.
To proceed with it, you saying like if we went out on he was courting me
like if you went out on a date,
on the first
or in
date.
general, when you start getting to know somebody and as they're courting you, what would be your icebreaker to go ahead and proceed, or what would be your deal breaker to be like, nah, I'm gonna head out?
Okay, so my icebreaker to proceed would be we have the same morals and values. Like we're compatible. We want the same things out of life, and I think what do we want more kids? Are we looking to marry? What are you looking for in the future? You gotta have same morals and values. You can't, opposites do attract, but y'all still gotta want some of the same things too. It's because that's like, if he wants more kids and I don't, that's not gonna work. Because eventually in the future, I don't want any more kids, and he like, stuff like that. Or I'm looking for marriage, he gotta be looking for marriage too, because I'm looking to marry. And like not quickly, of course get to know each other, but I'm looking to marry. So having the same morals and values as me, us just being compatible, that would be an icebreaker to proceed, because I'll be like, okay, we got some stuff in common, it might work out. The deal breaker for me would be talking about sex too fast, because that's the thing too. See, it's because you got men that don't mind spending money,
right?
Don't mind, they'll court you just to sleep with you,
right?
And that's like talking about it too fast. Let me tell you something. A man think about sex all the time. That's not the issue, and it's not the issue that you want to have sex with me eventually.
You want to find me attractive all the time.
That's not the issue that a man wants to sleep with you. The issue is you saying that too quickly out of your mouth.
And too much,
Right? To me, that should be something we're talking about right off the bat. The first couple of dates, we should be talking about sex. And it should really just kind of happen organically, and eventually we can talk about it. But the first couple of dates, I don't want to talk about sex and or what color panties you have on. That's inappropriate.
Right.
You should be wanting to get to know me mentally. Mentally or whatever. I already got the looks. I already know I look good. I'm attracted to you. You're attracted to me. So the sex gonna happen.
Right.
Because that's human nature.
Right.
But let's make love to each other mind first.
Right.
So when we get to the sex part, it's love.
Right.
It's because it's like you say, it's soul ties and all of that energy exchange. So if we make love to each other mind first, and that's why it's important to date, whatever you want to call it, it's important to do that first, because that's how you get to know each other. Let me tell you something. You cannot get to know a man if he's coming straight to your house, getting in your bed, and y'all watching movies together. Ain't nobody talking about nothing. It's dark. Y'all ain't watching a movie. Y'all close. Most likely, y'all gonna have sex on the first date.
Right.
Because why would you be inviting a man to your house and get in the bed?
Thinking.
Right, get in the bed with him anyway.
Yeah.
That don't make sense. Now, I ain't saying you gotta have sex with him, but why would you even want to imply?
Open that door.
Right. Why would you want to even open that door of that? And it's just not safe too. That's the reason for courting. That's another reason to court too.
Right.
Get to know that person too, because you don't know what type of person they is. You might want to date them and court them when you got time to do background checks. You got time to really get to know them, because if something's kind of off with a person, it's gonna come out. It's gonna come out. And you don't want nobody. You just met a man and he could be something really mentally ill, or he could be like on some stalker shit, and now he know where you already live at.
Right. And as soon as you reject him because you done seen some stuff that does not align with what you desire, he's gonna start feeling some type of way and become even more territorial,
right,
and even bigger predator, because they already prey on women naturally.
Right.
Real.
Right.
Another thing, it's okay when y'all going on dates. It's okay to meet up at the restaurant or meet up at the actual
Correct.
spot. Now, back in the day, the guy, I believe, will come pick you up. You know what I'm saying? Because it was way more safe. Now it's like, we can meet up. You know what I'm saying? We can do all this. You know what I'm saying? And you'll know when it's time to invite this person to your house.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? Because you'll start to develop that comfortability. You understand what I'm saying? But all in all, especially that one famous line, "Oh, I want to see you when I'ma see you." We already know what that means.
Right.
We already know what that means. Make some time for me. No.
Right.
Because we know what's on your mind. We get the stuff. We get one thing about me. When somebody asks me a question or says anything, I'm not even looking at the fact that you're just saying something or you're just asking a question. I'm looking at the intentions behind what you're asking and the intention behind what you're saying. And the response is always, "Oh, I'm just asking," or "I'm just saying." I get what you're saying, and I also get what you're asking. But more than anything, I get your intentions on why you're asking this or why you're saying it. I'm not crazy. You know what I'm saying? So one of those things, and this is why it's important too. When you see those red flags, don't ignore it, because you're gonna have a lot of accountability to hold yourself to. You're gonna be mad at yourself because you ignored it. You saw it, but just like the red lights when you're driving. Yeah, I see the light, but I'm still go through it. You ignored it, but when you get the ticket, the traffic light ticket in the mail, you were like, "Dang, now you gotta pay it." You know what I'm saying? So,
and that's why it's important for men to court women, even for the men. The woman could be, psycho on some other type of time too. Because that's even with if like you're meeting a woman at her house, or you say, well, you tell her to come to your house, it could be the same situation where she could be mentally ill. Or you don't know people well enough for them to be coming to your house,
right?
As soon as y'all meet up. So like with the courting, the meeting out and dating each other in public, it's safer. You really get to know each other. It shows the man what type of man he is too. Because I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't even want a man that is saying, like she said, when I'm gonna see you, when we gonna meet up, or all of that. I don't want that. You're gonna have to come to me correct, because I know my worth and I'm the prize. And I'm not saying the man. I'm not saying the man is not a prize. That's not what I'm saying. But the man pursues the woman. Yeah. That is how it should be. So with that being said, I'm not saying you gotta work for it, but you're gonna have to get to know me for real. Yeah. And you're not just gonna just sleep with me. Right. And just, me open up my body to you, know, and we exchanging energies. You're gonna have to make love to my mind first. We're gonna have to be compatible. We're gonna have to have some of the same morals and values, all of those things. And like I said, a man leads. Right. A man provides. These are the things that a man should do and want to do. Right. And when a man come at me and says, "Hey, I want to take you out on a date," and he actually does it, that's showing a lot right there to me. And it may end up where we don't hit it off, and that's okay. And that's okay. Yeah. But guess what? That man actually he was a gentleman. He actually courted me, and we tried. We attempted, rather than you just coming to my house and we doing the do, and then I never hear from you again.
And that's why I say, honestly, men be knowing your worth, they just don't care. They try to give you a piece of them because they know that image-wise, or the way they're created, is different than how you were created as far as a man and a woman. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I know she gonna be with, but until they won't run up on that one woman that ain't finna give in. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I said, they be knowing your worth, they just don't care. And some people don't. And we're
requiring it, or the women don't know their worth.
Right.
Cause it's I've been like that where I did know my worth, and you say you get to talking to a man, and he almost talk you into coming to your house, and you thinking it's okay. He'll be like, well, it's okay. We could just. I could bring you lunch and we could just sit and talk.
Oh,
you
man.
have men that will talk you into coming to your house and
doing anything.
Yes, and you feeling like it's okay.
Yeah.
And so that's why I say, like, as women, we gotta put our foot down.
And pay attention.
And men, what I would say I know men, you guys are, a lot of times afraid of getting used because you got women that will use men just to go out on dates. But like I said, as a man, if you can't afford a moderate date, you have no business dating anyway. So, like I said, if you take a woman out and she's not into you, because you're gonna know, but she's not really into you, and y'all just not kicking it. If it doesn't work out, so what? It was a first date. It didn't work out. Move on. As a man, when you're pursuing a woman, you already need to have your finances together, and you don't have to be a millionaire, but have where you're able to a moderate date.
Right.
Take a woman out on a moderate date. That's all I'm saying. So I want the men. I want the men to not be so afraid of women using them. Because if it's okay to go out on a date that don't work, and she may have used you for that plate of food, but just think about it this way: karma is a bitch. So even if she did use you for that first date, she gonna get that back. But you keep being a man, and you keep leading, and you keep treat women how they supposed to be treated, and court these women like they should be. And like I say, for the women, require that. It goes both ways. So we gotta require it, and the man, you gotta be stop being so afraid of a woman using you.
They gotta pay attention too, because you want to make sure that if you are seeing red flags or signs that she's just a gold digger, or she just using me, it's okay for you to bounce too.
Correct. Right.
Don't walk away because you're trying to teach her a lesson. Walk away because you either learned yours, or you ain't trying to create a lesson to learn because you done got so deep.
Right.
And then going back to, I can bring you lunch when you at home. Another thing, ladies, you may run into a man that's handy, like he know how to fix stuff or whatever, and you may slip up and say, not even just slip up on purpose or even an accident, y'all just be carrying on conversation like, I've been trying to see how figure out what's going on with my air conditioner or XYZ. I got somebody to come out there, but he charging too much, or he just taking his time. And this gentleman may say, well, I actually work ACs or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Let me tell you what you do. If you got a brother or uncle, or like myself, I have a nephew. My nephew is taller than me. He's bigger than me. He's 16, but he's solid. Had him at the house to make sure that his intentions on coming there to fix whatever you need after y'all done went on enough respectable dates. Because it's okay if the man wants to fix what you have. Because he understands that clearly you don't have a man that you just said that you got somebody else. You know what I'm saying?
It could be, pure intentions.
Yeah. Yeah, right. Exactly. But in order for you to know that, just to test them out. And because it's okay for men to test you too now, because we got some gold digging.
Right, and that's what I said. So that's goes true. Both ways. Right. Yeah. I just think that as men and women, we should just have enough respect for each other, to just stop just sleeping around and exchange all these energies, and you do what you want to do. You do what you want to do. I'm not judging nobody. I'm not saying that, but some of the traditional ways were better. The people lasted longer. It wasn't so much going on. So many ladies, getting raped, and just bad things happening. It's so much more of that goes on now, because of nobody's dating anymore. People just hooking up and just going for anything and allowing each other into each other's space too fast and all of that. we just, some of the traditional ways we need to go back to. It's okay. It's okay to court a woman, and like we said, you gonna know if she a gold digger. Because one thing about a gold digger, they gonna ask.
Right.
They gonna ask. They gonna ask you for this
they
and
waste
that.
No time.
Right. You're gonna know that you gotta be observing and looking. And for the women, you gotta require that man to take you out on a date. You got to require more. You cannot let a man just come over and do what he want to do. So you can't do that. So let's just just have respect for one another and want to get to know each other. Love is a beautiful thing. It's really it really is a beautiful thing. It's way much more than lust. And like I said, I pass no judgment because I've had my days, but honestly, it was meant for a woman and a man to be together, and to have kids and to love on one another. It really wasn't meant for us to just be hooking up. It's really not meant for that. That's where the generation is now, but I think that's where a lot of the chaos comes from too, because like it's people just exchanging energies and soul time with each other, and you don't even really love each other. It's lust.
You just tolerating it because it's easy access to get the sexual pleasures. It's like, okay, well, why? Because it's cheaper to keep it. Well, it's actually going to be more expensive to actually go through what you're choosing to settle for. The most expensive things are the things that you cannot buy. Right. You know what I'm saying? You cannot buy authenticity, good intentions, pure intentions. That's you can't buy that, but you rather just settle for as they call it, in-house, and I don't want to say the word, but in-house sex excess. We'll just say that
these temporary feelings. It's just thrills. Just get your rocks off and stuff like that. And like I said, no judgment because everybody do what you want to do. But at some point in time, we gotta grow up and we gotta realize that men and women are meant to love each other. We really wasn't meant to be hooking up with multiple people. It really wasn't. It's not intended for that. And I'm gonna say this: there is a lot of men that still court, and to those men, I want to commend you, because it's very important that we still have men that want to lead and still see the women as prizes, and they still respect us, And so I just want to really commend for the ones that still court women, and for the ones that don't, I want you to really start thinking about it, thinking about like what you really want out of life, and just thinking like how beautiful it could be to be in a wonderful relationship and love each other. It's all about love and support, y'all. So I had to touch on that topic. We was talking about it at my best friend's house. Me, her, and my best friend was all just, talking about why men don't court anymore, and all of this. So just like I really think like moral of the story here is that it is really important for us to really get to know each other. Really get to know each other, and it's safer, and you find out on a very early what like people's intentions is, and things like that, whatever. Because like when you just sleeping with somebody and you find out he a stalker, maybe if y'all other man, you end up just you thinking that, oh, I'm finna hit her and quit her, and you hit her, and if I hit her, I mean have sex with her, and she starts stalking your ass. But if you would've maybe went on that first date and she went to talking to you, you might would've picked up on some of that, or a couple of dates and like, something a little off by her. But you ain't gonna pick up nothing if you talk to her Monday and Wednesday, you at her house. And same thing for the woman. You ain't gonna pick up on that or whatever. And if we're the women, you're saying you looking for love but doing another. That's another thing. So we just gotta do better. We gotta do better. Let's go to some of those traditional ways are good. You know, the new generation change is good, but we ain't got to change everything. You know, we don't have to change everything. Some of the stuff that your grandmama is telling you, your granddaddy, your mom, listen. They know a little bit of something. You know,
right.
They know a little bit of something. Is anything else you got to say about it?
I totally 100% agree with listening to the OGs, as I know they're considered Gen X's, but I like to say OGs.
Right.
They done been through some shit that we haven't. You know what I'm saying? And even things that my mom and my dad, older siblings, and even people who are an extended older sibling to me, I had to mention that because again, she's seen me, you know, through, you know, some tough relationships, and she didn't jump down my throat or nothing, but she kept it real while consoling me at the same time to understand, like, say, hey, you know, and it's okay to seek advice from people who done been through some things, because it's not all the time that people have access to people who done experienced those things. And sometimes we get to a point where we don't want to be told nothing. We don't know what courting is because we haven't been around courting. Nobody has told us about courting, or like the old.
Now, a lot of people, even that's why I had to say dating, because they're saying courting. Like she said, somebody might watch this podcast that's 21 and what is courting?
Exactly.
That's
even
crazy, right? That you don't even know what courting is.
Yeah.
Like,
as my mama like to call it, when they call it coating. Well, my mama's from the south, so that's how they pronounce it. But and honestly, courting was only allowed at a certain age. And now it's like, you know, but I mean, all in all, like she said, more to the story, we both on both sides, men and women, have to do better. We both have to have requirements, and if they are aligned with each other from a mutual and equal standpoint, then go for that second date. Start reach for the stars. If it does not align with what y'all desire,
you both looking for,
then what you both are looking for, it's okay to end it and move on. Save yourself or protect yourself and be able
from
to
a lot of heartache and pain. Yes, the courting is very important because that can save you from that money you spent on that first date, but you had a conversation with her and realized we ain't got a lot in common, or based on her dialogue, like you know, because you really got to say. Y'all sit down and on the man and the woman, and y'all just sit down and realize, oh, this ain't what I want. And let's say you spent $60 or $75. That's better than that. That's gonna be better than you sleeping with her and she turned to a stalker and slashing your tires, and now you spending $800 for 4 brand new tires. So you want to spend that $60, you know, and really get to know her. Or you better spend that $800 because you want to just sleep with somebody, or you don't want to put the time in, the investment in. Now you spending $800. So courting is really a good thing for everybody, you know. So let's get back to courting, okay? Let's get back to courting. Let's get back to wanting to love each other and respect each other, okay? And on that note, we're gonna end it. I'll be back next week with episode 4. I'm sure you're gonna see my girl back. My coach, she at this point, y'all, she's the co-host. At this point, she's the co-host. But we enjoyed y'all. It's always a blast. I love to talk to the people. I'm really excited on this journey I'm going on, being
very proud of her.
New to the podcast world. And I just hope that, you know, you guys subscribe, turn the notifications on, and we can talk every week about real issues, okay?
And don't be afraid to put topics that y'all want to hear her talk about.
In the comments. You know. Yes, please. I welcome, you know, any constructive criticism, all of that. But like I said, it's been a blast. Everybody, y'all have a wonderful night. And I see you back next week. And like I always say, don't meet me there, beat me there. Okay, see you later.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.